In the chat, it was Connor on YouTube asking, who was your favorite Sask receiver between Fantuz, Dressler, and Getzlaf? For me, it was Fantuz. Like, he was the star of that, right? Comes in as a high draft pick, was making the big noise out of college, and then has some of the big moments when they finally break the Grey Cup kind of curse there in 2007, beating Ryan Dinwiddie and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Like, he was always the one. I have a did I have a Fantuz jersey? I felt like I had a Fantuz jersey. I certainly had Fantuz Flakes, those hanging around at one time. So yeah, Fantuz was always kind of the one for me out of that group. Dressler, I could see where he caught everyone else's attention because undersized and he's quick and he's doing all these things. And he turned into a number one receiver, and credit to him for that. But like, small, speedy dude, again, as mentioned before, as a guy who's 6'4", 250, that part doesn't speak to me as much as it does to others. I like the big boys who can go up and get it. Getzlaf, I always felt like Getzlaf was a little bit overrated just on play to play, but it really did feel like when you needed something, he could go out and get it. Like, if you need 2nd and 8 with a minute and a half to go, Getzlaf's getting you 10. He always just felt like that kind of a guy who would always just show up in the big moment. There'd be some times where it's not great, but he would always kind of put that all together when you really needed it, and just was very reliable for you. So Fantuz was certainly my guy back at that time for sure. I would say overall, my favorite receiver, like, selfishly, it was kind of fun when G. Simon was a Rider. I'm not going to say he was my favorite, but it was fun because I have a friend who's a Lions fan, and to be able to chirp him about that was just chef's kiss. And I always liked him. Like, he was one of those guys who, like, he was really good. And if there was ever a CFL video game, you'd try to trade for him. So it was just cool that he was on my team for a little bit in a Tulo on the Blue Jays, Yager on the Flames, Kawhi on the Raptors sort of a way, with varying degrees of success there. But Dominguez was my guy. I was just in a little bit too late. Like, I caught the tail end of Narcisse's time with the Riders. So Dominguez was like my dude. Plus, living in Saskatchewan, he came to my school, signed a Reggie Hunt jersey that I had. So he was... Dominguez was my guy. But of that group, Fantuz. And then favorite rider of all time, Reggie Hunt was my dude. The Reaper in the middle of the rider group. So like him, Nate Davis, all those guys, that kind of era I grew up with. But there are a few choices on the team now that could certainly go into favorite player on the team categories and stuff like that. Deeds saying favorite Stamps receiver will always be Alan Pitts. Connor replying saying, I've heard he was nasty. Yeah, he's like, Alan Pitts is in greatest receiver of all time territory in the Canadian Football League. So he's certainly, like, it is interesting the amount of talent that Calgary has come through at receiver over the last 20 years or so. When you look at like Bagleton, Copeland, all those guys that have been able to work their way through, win championships with this organization. And it's like, there's never even a question. Everyone is competing for second best because of how good Alan Pitts was way back in the day. So he is definitely up there for like anyone around this area and of a certain vintage. He would certainly be that one. So many like fun Stamps to watch in that time, like a couple decades where they've been really good. So a lot of Stampeders to choose from in who you like watching on that side. Like Vernon Adams right now is one of the most watchable dudes in the league. That would kind of be a fun off-season one, like just the all watchable team. That would be a kind of a fun one to kind of put together. I also just want to state, like John Cornish, even as someone who cheered for the Rivals, how did you not love that dude? Just barreling through everybody and helping lead that team to all the success that they ended up having. On the Rider side, like Cory Sheets was only there for a bit, but I don't know if I've enjoyed watching a football player on my team more than the time that he was there and just being electrifying with everything that he could do. And it's too bad he went down to the States, didn't really get a great shot there, and then just kind of got caught in this limbo between a couple of leagues and never really was able to get back to build on what he had in Saskatchewan. But he was a guy for me. And like Kenton Keith, I I will always be frustrated that he fumbled in the McCallum missed an 18-yard field goal, so we tried to put poop on his lawn and missed game. But aside from that, Kenton Keith was really explosive as well. And just an aside, like the Obsidian jerseys or whatever they have now, those are cool. But the classic black that the Riders had back in the day, where it's just the black jersey, you got the logos on the shoulders, and it's just the green. I had 9 for Reggie Hunt. The green 9 with the white outline around it. Mwah, chef's kiss. I don't know why they went away from it. I don't know why they tried to do other. Oh, well, we're doing the Obsidian. Whatever. Just bring that back. That's all we need. Classic look. Love that. Always here to talk some classic Stampeder and Rider and CFL stuff just in general.